Thank you, Mr. Chair. Echoing Senator Cortez-Masto's comments on the entire basin states working so well together, because you know how critical that is. And we had that conversation in my office just yesterday. But Ms. McGregor, definitely appreciate the opportunity to go through some of my priorities with you when we met previously. And I hope you took away from our meeting the constant theme of collaboration on so many of these intricate and complex issues, including but not limited to the recently established national monuments in California. As I mentioned, these protected landscapes we crafted very intentionally to ensure that there is no energy potential that's being compromised as a result of the designation of the Chuckwalla and Tutitla National Monument. And I think you have that confirmation through the endorsements of these monuments by energy utilities, energy developers. I raised the same background with Secretary Burgum, both in our conversations and in writing. The department's review that's been called for of public lands must include meeting with the stakeholders that were involved. Stakeholders that include the congressional delegation, the governor of California, the state's energy agencies, local officials, and notably the tribal leaders who actually spearheaded the movement and the creation of these monuments. And so it took me a little bit by surprise when last month the administration issued, but then rescinded, a fact sheet that suggested that the White House terminated the recently designated national monuments, all despite the fact that the president, in my opinion, doesn't have the legal authority to undo a monument under the Antiquities Act. Not sure if you were involved at all with the crafting of the executive order and or the fact sheet, but I guess my first question would be, are you aware of the broad bipartisan, local, and tribal support for the Chuckwalla and Tutitla National Monuments?
Sir, I've closely watched that monument establishment.
So is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, so they want to get you on the record recognizing the broad-based support for the creation of these monuments. Now, more broadly, as a matter of policy, do you believe that local communities and tribal leaders should have a say in the management of their public lands?
I think local involvement is something that everyone on this dais agrees with.
Okay. Well, I'm talking just about you, not the folks on the dais. You're the nominee before us.
Local involvement is embedded in almost all of the organic acts at the department, so yes.
Good. Good faith consultation and engagement is what we're looking for. Now, as the department did under the first Trump administration, will you commit to releasing any rollbacks that you may be considering for public comment prior to taking action, if you're confirmed?
Senator, it's hard for me to commit on a completely hypothetical question related to the Antiquities Act, especially given that the Antiquities Act of 1906 has the designation of monuments purely within the ambit of the President of the United States. But I do know that that monument and many monuments are important to you in the state of California, and I will absolutely work with you. But I have not yet seen any direction from the president yet. I am familiar with that of the past, but I haven't seen any yet, unless I've missed something related to review of our national monuments.
Okay, I wasn't trying to debate or the Antiquities Act, just referencing what seemed to be the policy in the first Trump administration of sharing publicly before an actual effort to roll back, and I would hope that continues in this second administration. Question in my time remaining for Mr. Danley. California proudly was the first state in the nation to launch a hydrogen hub. We refer to it as ARCHES, which will facilitate a network of hydrogen production sites to catalyze the use of hydrogen throughout California and frankly jumpstart the hydrogen economy, not just in California, but across the country. The California hub enjoys bipartisan support from our California delegation. However, last week, the Department of Energy, quote-unquote, cut list reportedly included ARCHES and other hydrogen hubs to be cut. So I want to point out that ARCHES, again, is not just critical to California, but critical to our national economy. If confirmed, would you commit to working with California to ensure that funding is not arbitrarily taken away?
Thank you for the question, Senator. And I've had a series of inquiries like this along the way. Of course, I'm not in the building and I don't know what is being contemplated, but I'm obviously happy to work with any member of the committee on any of the subjects that the DOE is working on in their state.
And should you be confirmed, would you be willing to commit to meet with the Arch's staff before any final decision on cuts are made?
Again, I'm not certain should I be confirmed what my schedule is going to be like or what the normal fora are for engagement. I don't know
Meeting
what
with
the
the leadership
rules
of the
are.
hub that may be on the chopping block, but one of the most important hubs in America.
I certainly would have no objection to doing so. I just, it's a little premature to start filling calendars for a position I've not yet been.
I'm not looking at dates and times, just your commitment to willingness to.
I am perfectly happy to work on any of the projects that the DOE is working on.
Okay, we'll be following up. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Senator Hoven.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.